Hello. So today I will be speaking not too much, but a little bit. Some people were asking me in my DM, texting me, like, how come you've been in America 27 years and you said you have never celebrated your birthday? I've never celebrated my birthday because was a victim, but I'm a survivor of rape and molestation. I was molested by my mother's father for years. I was his sex slave. I was deprived of my education because they took me out of school to have me watch their kids, raise their kids, and other people's kids. I started doing babysitting from home just for my so called mom to make money to sit hot butt home and do nothing and allow her husband to be molesting kids and even sexual assaulting grown women to the point where the daycare was shut down. It was called Mary's Daycare because I wasn't old enough. I wasn't 18. I was 14 at the time. They never got help from me. They beat me. They hurt me, verbally abused me, damaged me, and told me no one will ever want or need me. Anybody that ends up with me will only use and dump me. Said a lot of hateful things. Even said things like they will pull voodoo on me. And my so-called mom said she had pulled voodoo on me, and it seemed like the voodoo she put on me has weared off my body. That's as I'm speaking up now, apparently. My so-called mother also called me weak because I'm seeking therapy and I'm speaking up about it more. When I was younger, I was speaking up about it. They always hide it, swept it under the rug. They were Jehovah Witnesses. Um, they will say things like, if I tell anyone, they will harm my dad with voodoo, harm me, and so much to put me in fear. I've always been speaking up. I was beaten so bad when I was younger. They all took turns to beat me. Chichi Demka, Ozoma Demka, Rosemary Makmaderon slash Demka, um, Emmanuel Demka, Ebere Johnson Demka, who is a rapist, which is their brother. He's a rapist, a sex offender registered for raping Kiki, Lakeisha Boardley, which they all deny was a lie, which we know was the truth, because all they do is always try to hide things of their family members and always play victim. And the ones who are really a victim are not getting justice. The law system has failed us. The system alone has failed us. Dover Police Department has failed us all. Till today, I'm still fighting my case. The Dover Police Department sent me a paper as me being a victim. Also stating that since I'm the victim, if I have any more questions and things, I should contact the number they have provided for me. But they never do anything about it. June 3rd was a day where I was born into this beautiful world. But that day was taken away from me because that same day was the day that Augustina Demka and her family, especially her father, Augustine B. Demka. It's a thing where I've been fighting for a long time. Justice just never been served. Every time they would send me letters like this as the victim. They would send things like this to me. This was just recently again. So it's a case that I've been fighting. And this was sent May 10th, as you can see. And nothing is ever being done. And it's crazy because Augustina Demka had my niece and nephew, even my older sister, Ugoma, to the point where her kids was taken from DFS, brought to me, because of sexual assaults that they are doing to the kids, which is Augustina Demka, our so-called mother. She was dating a sex offender, and the sex offender even told her to allow my niece, her granddaughter, who was at the age of 8 at the time, and she's now 10, to allow her to let her sit on his face, and she will give her $50. As a grandmother, she didn't do nothing. As a mother, she failed. As a grandmother, she failed. And I understand that sometimes, yeah, I won't even say sometimes, our parents too have been through so much where they themselves never got help from their own parents. I just feel like you all need to speak up if things has been done to you. Try to get help. Just because we are Africans or from other countries, we feel like it's a shameful thing, but it's like for them it's like, oh, it's a disgrace. I don't want to spoil our last name, this and that. I do not care. You are damaging your children, your family members, your friends. Like, we have people living in fear. I've been one of those people. I'm living in fear every day for what? I have 3 beautiful children who God has blessed me. How do you think, oh, I would not even want to think how. I know what would happen because justice will be in my hand if the police department don't do nothing about it. And I'm being truthful about that because I was raped and molested by my own grandfather over and over. For what? Because he has been a predator. He has been a monster from Africa. That's what he has been, a monster from Africa. And he came to America being the same monster. And you all don't do nothing about it. As Dimkas, you should be ashamed. You are a disgrace to the African community, to any community. You are a disgrace to Owerri, to Imo State. As of Abia State or Hafia, we have disowned you. We have been disowned you. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. All this kind of things going on in an African home, but it's like we are so scared to speak up. I have been the one speaking up for all of us. And I will continue to speak up for us all. Being molested by my grandfather is the most hurtful thing. People that were supposed to love me the right way, unconditionally, protect me from things like this. They're the one performing things like this. You know? Then I was raped by Marcus Saunders, by a Black American from Boys and Girls Club that was being held at Liberty Court. And it's crazy. Because for the fact of, I went to the police about this, they're telling me that they spoke to him, he told them that he was my boyfriend. I was 14 years old having an abortion, 5.5 months pregnant, abortion. 5.5 months. My mother, so-called mother, made me wait 5.5 months to have an abortion on my birthday because her and her family planned it that way. So I can live to regret that I was wrong for speaking up. And it's just crazy. I was raped by Marcus Saunders. How did I get raped? Because I was always seeking for help. But when help come, my family would lie. They would speak in Yoruba. They would lie and say, oh, if I to the police that if I say anything, they will harm my dad with voodoo. They will harm me with voodoo. Like they have put voodoo on me. That's why I will never progress in life. Things like that. Nobody should be playing God. God himself can handle us. What God cannot do does not exist. After being raped by Marcus Saunders, my so-called auntie from my mother's side, Chichi Dimka, was dating my monster, bringing him around, traumatizing me even more. Telling me, so what? Get over it. Enough is enough. And that is why I do not celebrate June 3rd. Because that was the same day they made me have an abortion on my birthday. But we're going to break those chains and break that cycle. Me speaking up is for those people that are scared to speak up. I've been scared all my life and I will not keep being scared because the God I serve will make sure justice is served. And I pray for all of us all to find